Round. Why do you... You are not prepared! You are not! This guy's toast. Leroy! Not prepared!
Let's go.
Bye. Hello, THL, and welcome to a special edition of Thursday Throwdown. We've got playoffs for you tonight. We only
Playoffs?
have the one match, but it is gonna be a barn burner because we have the Legacy wild card coming at you with Amber Flight Gaming versus Always Top Deck Lethal. We've got one score in the books already, with Nails taking a 3-1 victory over Neji Boston, putting ATL up in points 4-1. And with a crucial match coming up tonight, we are thrilled to bring you Dr. Fish versus Jester. I am Ron Mexico, and I am joined by the lovely, the wonderful, the nicest man in all of THL. It's Saku. How you doing, Saku?
What's going on, Ron? What's going on? Thank you for the wonderful introduction, and I suck.
Nice. All right.
I'm so nice I suck. That's how bad it is, yeah. So
You excited about this matchup?
Oh,
Let's
dude.
run through the classes here.
yeah. So Jester for ATL is going to be bringing Druid, Paladin, Rogue, and Warlock with this weird guy named Dr. Fish. Never heard of him before. He's kind of a new scrub for Amber Flight Gaming.
Yeah, just hanging out at 6-1.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Nonchalant, chilling.
might do some shows and some casting here and there.
Yeah, might do a little something. So he's bringing some Demon Hunter, Druid, and that's Druid for Canadian, and Paladin and Warrior. So, typical lineups.
We were
Druid's-
speculating a little bit
Yeah.
before the bans came in. We do have bans now.
Okay.
We were thinking it might be potentially a double Paladin ban. There is one Paladin being banned here, which is Jester's Paladin has been banned by Dr. Fish, and Jester has banned Dr. Fish's Warrior.
Wow.
So we're going to see a Demon Hunter Druid Paladin versus a Druid Rogue Warlock here in this match.
So what does that really indicate in our green room talk? We were both thinking that Paladin could have been banned. Double Paladin should have been, well, not should have been, but could have been the outcome here for the bans. But what does that normally
Yeah, I mean,
say?
I'm not surprised by Fish banning Paladin. Paladin just could easily be the scariest class in that lineup because Ramp Paladin does silly things.
What?
Jester may right. Jester may not be quite as worried about that. It's possibly his game plan to deal with it. It's possible he's just taking the stance, hey, it's conquest, so it gets one win and it's
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And honestly, out of the four, Warrior generally seems to have had the highest power level out of all of the classes that Fish
Okay.
has brought. So makes a whole lot of sense on both sides to see those bans, Paladin and Warrior respectively.
Okay. And I know Druids has been taken on a lot. I think last week or last couple weeks at least for either token or the odd occasion where you get that big Druid floating around. But token's probably the atypical pick for most.
Yeah, Druid can do a few different things right now. I mean, there's always the possibility that we see like a clown Druid or
Yeah.
something a little crazy.
Yep.
But for the most part, Druid often seems to settle into some kind of board flood focused variant, whether it's Treant Druid, Token Druid with Gibberlings, and occasionally the one that he made popular, where it goes a little bit heavier on the top end, runs some dragons, um, gets some of the armor gain stuff in there too. So Druid still has a decent amount of options. Be interesting to see.
Yeah. So, who do you think's gonna start with what? I have my own prediction, but it's probably gonna be 100% wrong. So.
Hard to say. Maybe players just go in on comfort level. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Dr. Fish lead off with something like a Demon Hunter.
Yep.
And Jester maybe going in with
Rogue.
a Rogue.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Jester. I know this is their debut on stream. But Rogue has been, I think, more commonly played throughout the this expansion so far, so might be a deck he's got the most reps on.
Right.
But
So
hard to know without knowing any more information on the players.
Yeah, and we'll find out soon enough there. I just told the players to start, so for us to first to spectate will be Dr. Fish. For our viewers, he'll be at the bottom of the screen, and Jester will be at the top of the screen.
I see eyeballs. Let's do this thing.
I got one eyeball.
Versus Lunara.
Jester's eyeball. There we go.
All right, Dr. Fish is in fact starting off with the Demon Hunter, and we see Jester also maybe anticipating a Demon Hunter leadoff, going with the Druid, which frequently does quite well into Demon Hunter.
That's cool.
And I see a Glowfly Swarm in hand for Jester. See some Soul cards in hand for Dr. Fish. This looks like a Soul Demon Hunter versus possibly Gibberling, possibly just spell-focused Druid. Exchanging some friendly emotes to start off. Wishing each other a Happy New Year right before Dr. Fish hits Jester in the face.
Hey, Happy New Year, smash. So,
all right, definitely looks like a token Druid with that pickup of Dreamwake Guardians. I would not be surprised at all to see that this is a Gibberling list. Gonna go with card draw here first.
Not hard to pick on that one, so.
Yep, costs 1, probably gonna cost more.
2, let's say 2. Oh, 5, okay. You good.
And guesses the weight correctly. Back on Dr. Fish, still not much to do here in the early going.
I haven't played Demon Hunter outside of the, what is it? I guess the OTK stylish one, not with the lifesteal
focused one.
Yeah. So, didn't think that Soul Demon Hunter had Relentless Pursuit in it, but like I said,
yeah, it frequently does. It runs 2 of them in most cases.
Makes sense too, because it's
all right. Jester going with the Discover, primarily just to discount this Glowfly Swarm so that it can come down on the very next turn. Picks an Adorable Infestation, very good card to buff and flood more. Fits Token Druid's game plan. And Fish is going to be having a headache very soon.
It does have a Blade Storm in hand for something, but he doesn't have it's just got that ping next turn.
We might just see Fish opt to clear up the board here with a Soul Shear and a Twin Slice. It looks like that's what he's considering.
Get those annoying healing ones off the board. Oh, he's going face instead. Okay.
Holding back the Twin Slice. Possibly wants to keep Twin to pair with second and something else for Bladed Lady or Relentless. Regardless, we're only going to see one play from Jester here, I would expect, and that's a Glowfly Swarm.
Glowfly, yep.
Although, I mean, given that he did just top deck Lightning Bloom, there are actual opportunities
Let's
to
see.
do a little bit more on top of it.
Yeah, Savage Roar would not come up with cast spell twice. Nah, he wouldn't do that. Hmm. Hovering on it, but not doing anything yet. So, oh, he is.
Now,
Okay.
how about
Interesting. Going with the Solar Eclipse to double cast Ramp.
a wild miscalculation?
Yeah, I was just trying to think if
Time goes short.
what you're gonna try and get out of that, other than Lightning Bloom and then twice.
I mean, it's fine, probably, as long as you... Oh, okay, he's going with Arbor up.
Gotcha.
That was a bit unusual there. I mean, obviously, we saw the emote. Oops.
Yep.
That it probably would have just been better off flooding with the Glowfly there.
Hmm.
Fish, though, now still faced with a very dangerous-looking board here.
Is looking at
I
18,
would
18
expect-
damage on board right now.
Yeah. I would expect this pretty much has to be twin second coin blade dance.
Right.
Hmm.
And hopefully it lands on the 4/3s.
Yeah. I mean, I guess as long as it just doesn't hit the 3/2s,
Yeah.
you're happy.
So, bubbles on the 3/2s, and we're good.
Maybe.
A little bit unfortunate to see those skulls jammed in them very close to the very beginning of your hand, but
Yeah, but it shouldn't be too incredibly difficult to outcast them. It just might not get to be outcasted by the time it's relevant.
Yeah.
Dr. Fish is considering Relentless Pursuit. He wants to get the Bladed Lady out now. I don't know if I like this. It's very dangerous to leave up the board as wider here when you're facing a druid.
maybe he's factoring in the 4 mana that's going to be locked up on Jester's side. Yeah, so because of that double bloom.
And another Bloom top deck from Jester here. The first one, I think, caused him to make a slight misplay and not get the Glowfly Swarm out.
Yeah.
This one here, though, could enable something. I don't know if you necessarily want to
Now,
Savage
how
Roar, but
about-
you could Bloom Savage Roar and tank 6 damage and push a good amount with the board and keep the entire board. It doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, I think that's the play.
And that's the option. He's going to take this 6 damage, and he's pushing 16. Dr. Fish dropping all the way down to 10 health. Once again, though, is holding a Blade Dance option here that looks even better because it's a full board clear.
Right.
No hesitation from Fish. Second slice, hero power, Blade Dance, get it out of here.
On
Push 3
curve.
damage phase.
On curve for the skull. See, what do you have to worry about, Saku? Loser.
And that would certainly explain the Bladed Lady decision on the previous turn. Looks like it could be paying off here reasonably well for Dr. Fish. Jester, though, another really solid top deck.
Yep.
Fungal Fortunes, probably not going to discard anything. Oh,
No, there's
spoke
the-
too soon. There goes the Gibberling.
Gibberling.
And yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're Jester, you probably want to innervate Guess the Weight because it's just so much better than floating that last mana and doing nothing.
Mana efficiency.
Picks up an Arbor up. Expensive card, gonna guess less.
Gets it with
It is, in fact, less.
the
There's a
bees.
Zero hesitation from Dr. Fish, plays the skull immediately, discounts a Warblades, which is huge for the Demon Hunter here.
Yep.
And probably not too thrilled that he missed the discount on the Marrow Slicer and hit the discount on the Jailer. But regardless, it does let him put a minion on the board for right now. There's another outcasted skull in hand, and more frags in deck with a Lapidary and a Warblades ready to go means Dr. Fish can get some big healing right away.
Don't hit. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me.
All right, yet another fungal fortunes picked up for Jester.
So Jester can do the...
Holding a solar eclipse has
Yeah.
the option to double cast Arbor Up or double cast Glowfly if he wants.
I think
Double
Arbor Up.
cast Bees, but don't know about that one.
Okay. Because he doesn't have enough spells for Glowfly. Glowfly will get him what? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 5.
Well,
5 on
Glowfly
board,
being
right?
double casted would
fill it.
would
Okay.
put 6 on the board,
Yeah.
right? But Arbor Up just gets much bigger stats. I like this play from Jester here.
Thicker stats.
All right, Dr. Fish now in trouble. All of a sudden, that empty board is now representing 20 damage.
Yep.
Just like that.
To his mild 3.
The Bladed Lady pickup is
know there's
not
a
bad
way.
here. Fish has the option to go with a Lapidary and a Bladed Lady and clear up the most dangerous of the board while also healing and developing slightly.
Such a beautiful sheath.
Looks like this is going to be the option.
My blades aren't just for show.
Decision point. Do you take value trades, push face?
It's a
Where's
good
this
question.
damage going?
Just enough time.
Should go in the 6/4, I would think, but you go 8 and you get 20. You're still getting...
Fish, I think, a little bit tempted with the prospect of
Yeah.
setting his Druid opponent to 13.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous move if Jester has another Savage Roar or anything to board buff further. This could be really rough for Fish. He is looking at Jester being technically only 5 off lethal with the hero power. Here
Yeah.
comes a fungal. Any board buff would pretty much do it.
There's
Well,
a
not
board
any
buff.
board buff,
There's one board buff.
but that is really close. Nature studies,
Oh, that survival of the fittest would have been awesome, but
even closer. What is this, 1 off lethal now?
savagery get W great. Okay.
I think this is actually 1 off lethal right now.
Time grows short.
Got 15 on board right now.
Okay, going with the Lunar. Since it's basically free, there's the buff
18
and the hero
plus
power.
2. So he's down to 1.
Yeah, everything goes face. But Jester did not have. Oh, he. Okay, that was a
Yeah.
safer move. It looked like he was going face there and
Yeah.
setting Fish to 1. Could have just lost on the spot, leaving up that 5 attack minion being at 14. Demon Hunter's burst gets pretty big too.
Nah. Never heard of Dean
Fish looking
Hunter.
at yeah, Fish is now looking at a very problematic board.
Yep.
And I mean, Outcast Skull kind of just says you pretty much have to play it and pray. You can always pick up a couple of 1 mana mystics and clear up the board. It's pretty optimistic, but I feel like Fish has to be optimistic at this point because not clearing that
Maybe.
6/4 enabled it to get even bigger and send damage. And he's in a tight spot. Let's see what he
Oop,
finds.
2, another life seal.
Lapidary, another cheap Warblades. Oh, wow.
Not enough time.
Oh, that is so agonizingly close for Dr. Fish for a lethal burst with Il'gynoth, but it is not enough.
Such a beautiful sheath.
Nope. Gonna pop it like it's hot and kill himself.
Yeah,
Good job.
and- well, he heals first, but it's still going to wrap it up.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is game
Excellent
over here.
maneuvering.
Jester
Well
will
played.
take game 1. Druid getting through over the Soul Demon Hunter. Yep.
For our
That
viewers
leaves-
out there. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you were just gonna touch on that. So
Okay, I was going to say that leaves Jester with a rogue and a warlock remaining to get the victories, while Fish still has his full Demon Hunter Druid Paladin. This, of course, being Conquest means that Jester's Druid is now through and has to just find wins with those other two decks. Fish still looking for win number 1.
Yep. Probably comes out with knowing he's got Warlock and Rogue to face. Maybe it is time to go Paladin, at least get a point on board. Not automatic, obviously. It depends on what you're drawing, etc., etc. But
yeah, we don't know necessarily what Paladin Dr. Fish has decided
Yeah.
to bring
Yeah.
to this matchup, but Paladin, especially if it's Ramp Paladin, just always kind of feels like a solid option
Mhm.
here against the field with its matchup spread being so imbalanced.
it's not imbalanced. It was playing as designed. So what do we got?
But
We got
Dr. Fish going right back with that Soul DH. And here comes Jester on,
Rogue.
well, if that's not a World Kick Rogue, I don't know what is.
I think it's a World Kick Rogue. Ron. You called it, dude. I don't know how. Oh, wait.
Incredible.
15 million hours of casting, and you called it 100% right.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, good starts for both players with some cards they want to see early. Fish with a... not a Jailer on one. Okay. Trying to be as efficient as possible with the mana here then. Hero Power Face, next turn Hero Power Jailer, next turn Hero Power Mana Feeder. Seems all right. Jester, option 2, simply play a Pharaoh Cat. Coin in hand is nice for the Miscreant as well.
Oh, there's a nice taunt. Pesky
What? No
taunt.
generous, mummy.
That's not generous.
Dr. Fish, interesting pickup here. Could opt to just clear the minion with the Chaos Strike, but sticking with the plan he already formed.
Yep. Going.
Gets the hero power hidden on the cat, knows that he's very likely just going to hero power again with Mana Feeder on the next turn. So regardless if this 1/3 sticks, his plan is to take out the cat. On the other side for Jester, probably just coin Miscreant.
And that's what happened.
I mean, he could have gone like coin Swindle or something into a Plunderer, but that just feels ugly.
So
All right, and Dr. Fish, no hesitation.
On
It's
cue.
Mana Feeder time.
Yep. Oh, picks up another Chaos Strike. That's good.
All right, decides to take the trade with the Jailer that was offered there and push the one face and save the damage on his face.
Yeah.
Jester, a hand full of cards. Let's see what's in the Lackey box.
Assassinate.
Oh, wow.
Just go Assassinate.
Rogue would probably run 3 Secret Passage if it could, right?
I think if it could, it'd probably run all of them.
30
Imagine.
cards, all Secret
Yeah.
Passage.
No.
I don't see how that could ever go wrong.
Just be Edwin, Or sorry, be an Edwin. Throw an Edwin in there, or oh god, the Explorer, the
Questing.
questing,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Wand Maker pickup. More options available for Fish. A Marrow Slicer pretty easily sets up the Bladed Lady for the next turn with the Chaos Strikes in hand. And is usually just a good, strong turn for Demon Hunter to use on curve.
Yep.
And can just go face. Might be considering taking a full board clear here.
Well,
For a minute there, I saw that weapon pointing at the 1/1.
Yeah.
No, Fish, don't do that. He
just-
goes face.
He just
We
went.
hit him in the face.
He went to the top.
All right, and out comes the on-curve Bone Wraith for Jester. A solid minion to annoy and frustrate Demon Hunter.
Yep.
Fish, though, has a very solid preloaded answer for this, with Chaos Strike enabling Bladed Lady to knock out that 5 health. The minion on board can trade into the Reborn 2/1, and Fish can push 6 or more if he would like.
Maybe.
Lead draw or
Ping.
lead wand maker?
Yeah, I
Lead
was gonna
wand
say
maker.
ping and then.
Oh,
That's
not
a
a
good one.
bad card to see. Not too useful for this specific situation right now, but Rogue is pretty well known for making wide boards full of low health minions, and Throwglaive can come in very useful there. Fish, a bit surprised at the weapon swing into the minion, prioritizing just the full board clear here and keeping all the minions alive rather than extra phase damage.
Because it would have been a blade dance would have helped. Like he's throwing the 2/1 into the taunt, reborn taunt, obviously afterwards. But anyway,
Yeah, I would have expected the Bladed Lady to hit the taunt.
right.
Mana Feeder to trade just to push 6 to set Jester to 18.
Yep.
But Fish wanting to keep a bigger board here.
Yep.
Jester with some options now to try to clear things up. Interesting Faceless Lackey. Not an ETC, but it's fine, I guess.
Ooh, Pyroblast to be a surprise, especially at this.
Pyroblast is spicy.
Oh, he did pick it. Nice.
Jester wants it. Oh, wow. I thought for sure he'd be taking the Brain Freeze.
Yeah.
Or even Combustion was fine.
Yeah. Combustion
Brain
is what I
Freeze,
was expecting. Yeah.
Is a card you run in your deck often and works well with Whirl Kick. Combustion can clear up the board more, but Jester wants the fireworks. You love to see it. That Pyroblast could come up big. And now keeping his whole board, but now that board is gone. This Throwglaive, though.
Gonna
pretty
put in some
nice.
work. Yep. It's like, hey, what's up? What board do you got now? Right.
Incredible.
Yep, and there's the emote from Jester. Pretty big surprise to make a board this wide and see it all just go away from a single Wandmaker card. And this will also burn cards for Jester. Or no, my bad. He had just enough
Yeah,
that
he had
he
9.
didn't burn a
Yeah.
card. All right, it's a handful of stuff, but it's kind of awkward. Yeah, and I think Jester wisely opting for just playing out the most expensive, highest attack minion in his hand, along with one of these little 1/1s. Dr. Fish going for more draw. See what the Mana Feeder picks up.
Studies.
Illidari Studies. Sometimes very important. I think Dr. Fish wants that Illidari Studies maybe to become a skull that he can play. Looking to just use mana efficiently and jamming an Il'gynoth right now.
I know there's a way.
A lot of decisions being presented here, but yeah. I don't mind the Il'gynoth being played. It doesn't die on board.
Yeah, I was thinking.
It's a dangerous minion for the rogue.
I was even thinking just chaos. Excuse me, chaos strike and the studies, but I don't think that would have been as effective. So
Jester finding a prep for that swindle. Let's jam-pack this hand even more full of cards. There's Questing Adventurer. That's a dangerous one for Demon Hunter to try to deal with in a lot of cases. Jester does have quite a few cards to juice this up if he wants. Looks like he's going
Nitro
to take it
boosting.
a little bit on the slower side right now. Nitro Boost enables only 2 damage to be taken from Il'gynoth here with the trade. Oh, and going passage now. Another questing adventure. Not ideal for Jester at the moment.
That's a good one to play. Evil
Yeah,
Miscreant.
those other three, pretty solid.
Yeah.
Foxy, Miscreant, Backstab.
Care to make a wager, friend?
That 6-2 is going to go into the 2-6.
And both players just very much
Conservative. There you go.
throughout this game.
Yep.
Jester sending that 3 damage into the minion over the face damage. I do like the move, but just interesting to see both players very much trying to win the board in every turn. Dr. Fish, do we see a studies lead, or is this lapidary pickup just too good with the blade dance in hand? It is a full board clear. You know he's been fighting for board all game. Picking studies next turn. Fish says, get that board out of here.
Yep.
I can develop a 5/5, push 5 face. Very strong turn.
Get him out of here.
All right. Do we finally see
Okay.
the questing come down?
Now we can use that. Okay. So, like, what do I got to do here?
Nice.
For a good time.
So the bumper car is coming out. What do we have? What's the other big one?
Looks like he's considering this whirl kick getting played alongside the eviscerate, or just the eviscerate on its own.
On the wings of evil.
This taunt lackey in hand makes the questing adventurer just such a problem for Fish to deal with. And
Yep.
at this point, he's going to have to hope to get a consume magic off the Illidari studies, would be the main way of dealing with this.
Evis. Bump.
Has the option to even juice this questing up even further with Shadow Steps.
On the wings of
Playing one on the Draconic, looking for more dragons.
Wow, double
Nothing really too thrilling.
the
A little bit
Nixia.
of damage. Taunt Lackey goes on the Draconic over the questing. This is pretty interesting. I like this play to try to block something like a Relentless Pursuit and other weapon buffs or something that just kill the questing if it was the one taunted. Now it could be a lot more difficult to deal with. Fish picking up an outcasted skull. I mean, you're out from Illidari is probably the consume magic, so you still want to lead with that skull. Then go in Illidari. Does not find consume.
Dreadlord. Bite was that
This
too?
is disaster for
Nothing.
Dr. Fish. Dreadlord's bite would cost 2 mana and just deal 1 damage to everything on Jester's board and Jester's face by 1.
Not enough time.
I-Beam is probably the best of these options, but they're all bad. For the situation.
Yes.
Anyway.
Agreed.
Dr. Fish can almost kill this questing, but can't quite. I think I'd like to see the Marrow Slicer equipped and just go face.
Did he
You
go
have
face?
to race him now.
Nope. Didn't go face this time.
All right, missing that damage could be crucial here. We see, of course, Jester's holding a Pyroblast and 2 9-mana dragons, both Onyxia. Interesting to get double Onyxia here. I mean, we
It's
just
pretty
jam
funny.
an Onyxia.
Throw Nixia down.
It corrupts the Nitro boost as well. Well, it was already corrupted, but for all that's worth, you know, there's a Pyro in hand. And Jester's looking to close out this game right now. And Dr. Fish, I think if he hadn't missed that 4 damage with the weapon swing, could have just lethaled here.
Yeah.
There's still... actually, I haven't counted. Oh, okay. It was already lethal.
Well
Yep.
played.
It was close.
Hey, look! More lethal. Takes out a Twin Slice, too. So, a very close match. Fish had to get exactly all of this damage in right there, or it was curtains. But he does, in fact, pick up the victory with the Demon Hunter, evening up the series now 1-1.
All right. Jester probably come out with the rogue again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Jester just run it back on the rogue. And Dr. Fish with Druid and Paladin remaining, depending on the Paladin, would probably want to queue up Druid into rogue. Unless it is the Ramp Paladin, in which case, I could see Ramp Paladin coming out.
Okay.
Jester, though, mixing it up. It's not Rogue coming back. It's Warlock, and Dr. Fish going with the Druid.
Well.
This looks like a Zoo versus Token match.
Oops. Don't know what the average of the win percentage for Zoo versus the Token, but I will call that up here in 100 million seconds.
All right, Jester, pretty strong start. Flame Imp on 1.
So according to HSR, we're looking at pretty even. It's 52% in favor of Token, depending on what you bring. So
yeah, I feel like this could easily be a interesting back and forth match. Intriguing as an option to be picked up for Jester right here. This Raised Dead probably still just wants to play a Dark Lair. I could even see going face with that Imp because you've got 2 guaranteed Raised Deads.
Yep.
If the Imp and the Dark Lair died. May want to just Raise Dead now, but the extra mana that you get doesn't really get to be used. And Dr. Fish going with some card draw. Or possibly minion. Wants to fight the board.
Buffing the little eagle.
And gets to protect the minions so that it trades well on board. Of course, Jester has the option with this Mosher to take the trade anyway if he chooses. Leading with a tap. Out comes
Candace
Lock, plus Raised Dead, getting that right back, refreshes, gets to play the Mosher as well. Nicely executed by Jester here. Mana manipulation at its finest.
Throwing a 5-3 into a 4-3. Maybe or face. What would you say? Probably face.
It's a tough decision point here, but I think with the minions on board, probably just wanting to control the pace of the game and also just get that healing is important there. I like the try. I mean, if you went face, you get healing anyway.
Yeah.
But the trade still seems perfectly defensible.
Let's see.
Dr. Fish falling behind on board early and doesn't have a great way to recover just yet. That Ebb and Lock presents problems. Fungal Fortunes won't let you do anything this turn, and you run the risk of falling further behind.
What if?
Everything else just a little bit on the awkward side. Bees is a reasonable possibility, but doesn't look like Fish is thinking about it too much.
Yeah, he doesn't even touch the card. It's hovering more over the rising winds there, more so than anything else.
All right, gets another eagle on the board. Buffs for a trade, gets another minion.
Okay.
Wow.
A timely 4 mana.
A top deck.
5/5, yep.
You were just a bird.
Incredible top deck for Jester. Probably the single best card in his deck he could have pulled right there to get a exactly on curve, fight for board, and draw 3 cards. All at once. Seems
Yep.
balanced.
It is. It is balanced.
Now
It's
I
always
think
balanced.
it'd be very likely to see the bees clear up the 5-2. There's a cub getting out on that board.
2 cubs? No. No cubs. That's right. Mana. Stupid. Yeah. 2 of our viewers out there are working with a amateur. So yeah, we're good.
Nonsense. Saku's a pro. Don't listen to him.
A pro amateur. Can that be possible?
We're going to find out.
Rookies. That's what they're called. There you go. So,
All right, Jester here. Wondering if he wants to use the Wicked Whispers here, or just maybe play the 3 mana and the 2/1 mana minions and just flood as much as possible.
yeah, it'd be a dilemma, but I think, yeah, he's going to use it to kill the flame imp there. Go 7 face.
The main debate here is to play around the Arbor up that could potentially come out on this turn that would punish the zoo a little bit by leaving the board wider.
Right.
So even though he misses quite a bit of face damage here, the board control he has is pretty strong. We can see though that Dr. Fish has the option once again to play some more
Now, how
bees
about
and can even buff them with Power of the Wild if he chooses to.
Can he buff them? I don't think he can buff them before, can he? The
No,
bees
it'd
are
have to be afterwards. You'd only get 2 bees buffed,
right.
or 3 if you wanted to trade first, but it's mostly identical.
now? How about
The difference being this bee that's currently on board could get buffed and do more face
could be
damage, although the face damage doesn't seem all that relevant when your opponent is at 30.
Yep. A thick bee. There we go. Choosing to expand his board and buff it a little bit.
All right, just not really accomplishing a whole lot with that play. Granted, he didn't have many options. Perhaps Fungal Fortunes would have been the play, just to dig for some other plays to make, but looks like he's planning the Fungal for the next turn. Jester just looked like he was running out of stuff, and then all of a sudden, Zoo doing some Zoo stuff, and
I get some
more stuff.
Yeah, look at me. I get stuff.
There is so much
We like stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you call?
So Dr. Fish is not looking. He's not in trouble, but he's definitely on the threatening point right now. Looking at.
I think Jester just showing really good understanding of this matchup. So heavily focused on making sure Druid can't stick a board. There's that Arbor up that Jester played around on the previous turn. There's a Glowfly Swarm that Dr. Fish can flood with soon. But in the meantime, Fish will be taking quite a bit of damage here.
14 on board pressure right now. Yeah.
Yeah, a pretty threatening minion in the Canrathod if Jester had elected to just play this for the flood. Looks like he wants Dark Glare because he also wants to refill his hand a bit more.
Yeah.
Board's already wide enough. Don't need the Prime for right now.
So 16 damage.
can't win them all?
Oh.
Yeah, and Vish's hand is just so reactive. He knows his deck. He determined he had no ways of coming back. I think maybe you could come back with like a nature studies into a starfall or something, but Fish sparing himself the headache. He wanted no part of that game, and Jester takes the 2-1 lead. Dr. Fish still with Druid and Paladin to go. Jester down to his final class that he needs to get the win with in Rogue.
Yep. So we'll see what they come out with next. Fish comes out with Paladin.
Valera.
Watch your back. My blade burns
All
with
right,
holy
Paladin
fire.
versus Rogue. Oh, I see a clown. I see a rabbit.
Nope.
It's the
Don't
Rant
say it.
Paladin.
Don't
the Flat
say
Earth
it.
Paladin. The Cheese Paladin. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Fish keeps the Red Scale Dragon Tamer. He is on coin. We're going to find out just how good Dr. Fish is at Cheese Paladin. Does he draw Allura between now and the next 3 turns?
The answer is... Wait the next 3 turns.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
All right, Jester, solid opener so far. Gets the cat.
Gets 1 damage in. Oh, there's Tip the Scales.
I mean, you don't hate seeing Tip the Scales here in your hand. You have the Colossus, you have the Carnival Clown. I assume Dr. Fish is not running the Circus Amalgams, so this Red Scale Dragon Tamer will guarantee.
Right.
And then Dr. Fish just plays Nozdormu. He can coin it next turn if
So
this
many
Red Scale
options.
Dragon Tamer dies. As we can see, there's no way for the Dragon Tamer to die on board right now, which means Jester is presented with some counterplay options to maybe not allow this minion to get killed. He is holding Secret Passage, though. He might just
Oh,
want to try to...
there's the Generous Mummy. We knew it was coming out sometime. Kind of a rough thing.
Give me that.
Okay, he's going to let Fish draw this Nozdormu. So coin Nozdormu, followed by Tip the Scales,
Boy,
followed
oh boy.
by Scrapyard Colossus, followed by Board of Clowns.
Followed by a
Things can
Fear of
get rough.
Sapience. Pick and choose your card that you want to bring out.
I think the only play for Fish here is coin Nozdormu.
Yep. Not messing around.
There he is. There's the big boy. We're at 10 mana. Let the shenanigans ensue.
Yep. Bring
Here
your...
comes Jester playing out, I would assume, this Nitro boost as well. Not going to play the Nitro. Well, it's not corrupted yet, actually. And, of course, Passage. Oh, that's a Questing Adventurer. That's another Passage. Oh, wow.
Going on the... Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, just wants to have as much mana as possible
Yep.
here and look for cheaper stuff. Going with the Passage, overplaying that
Care to make a
Miscreant.
wager, friend?
And Foxy Fraud makes Swindle free.
Good heavens. Look at that.
Look at all of these cards Jester is
Ooh,
playing right here.
Devolving Missiles. Is
Yeah,
interesting.
I think you want Devolving. Devolving is great right now. You don't have to sink in any damage to this Nas. You can just deal with it as
Ooh.
a really weak thing and
Oh,
max out
God.
it. Of course, Dr. Fish is holding the Tip the Scales, which means this questing will still die on board, and Paladin will still do its crazy things. And we'll see if Jester can accumulate enough pressure and damage to get there before Dr. Fish brings things out of reach. There's a bunch of Murlocs.
Thugs.
I see 2 6-attack Fishy Flyers. I think I'd like to see a Fishy hit the Questing, the Crab Rider hit the Foxy Fraud, and then the second swing of the Crab Rider hit the Questing. Alright, electing a slightly different path. I guess wants to keep us... And out comes the Dragon Tamer, one would assume, with the other power spikes already in hand. You don't
Yep.
need to
Went to the Sphere instead.
find something with the Sphere. He is going to go with the Sphere, though, over the additional board presence. We see Jester, no hesitation. What's in the J-Bar box?
Wow.
These are underwhelming.
Yeah. That 3/3 is going to stay up. And
Let's keep digging for options with the Miscreant.
spell?
Also underwhelming.
Nope.
The Witchy can evolve into something good. Oh, that's okay, I suppose. That's to clear up
Ooh,
one Murloc there, the buffer.
Libram of Justice.
Dr. Fish offered a Libram of Judgment. Yeah,
Judgment, sorry.
not bad. To
What's
take
it
get some
called?
lifesteal.
It's not Judgment
The
anymore.
Libram of Get 'em.
Libram of Get 'em, correct.
That's its proper name. All right, and once again, I mean, there's no real play for Fish other than just jam the 10 drop, corrupt your clowns, get the clown board ready to go. Takes the trade, knowing that that taunt was likely the one Jester would have picked. And outside of Jester having like a sap, this is just such a problem for him to deal with.
Ooh, there's a nice minion.
You know, that would have actually been pretty relevant if the first cat had generated the Colossus.
Mhm.
All right, there's going to be a lot of damage just sunk in to get through this combined 14 health and taunts as Jester loses some board presence as well. Does it as efficiently and effectively as possible, it looks like here. Gets some lifesteal on board too for more presence and pressure, but there's just not enough damage that Jester can push right now that is going to be able to realistically stop this giant board of clowns.
What giant board of clowns, dude? What are you talking about? There's no clowns on board. That Dark Moon Rabbit would be clutch as well, but
I mean, it's not bad when you're dealing with a wide board, but I don't think you really care about your draws. Send in the clowns.
Yep.
Should I
Send in those 4/4s. So what's he actually thinking about? Would you just pick the Dark Moon Rabbit and move on?
I'm not sure. The end turn button's lit up for me. I wonder if we got a glitch. No, okay.
Okay.
He does take a pick.
Does he bump the? Okay.
So one less clown than the maximum. And then takes the trade. Okay, maybe just wanted the strongman on the board here.
Yeah. I think it would have worked out either way. It didn't matter. Well, no, because the clown would have taken the space. That's right. So.
All right, that's a beefy board. Yeah, Jester can play the Colossus of the Moon. It is lethal damage if he could get through the taunts.
Easy.
Of course, sadly, he cannot.
He can. Just not this turn.
All of them? And Dr. Fish also can just heal right out of range with Libram of Get 'em.
Taking care of business.
We see Jester looks like he wants to clear up as many clowns as possible here. Leaves 14 damage on board, sitting at 22 health.
Wand Maker.
Wand Maker's not bad. If you're Fish, you might just want to play the Spectral Flyers here too.
Yeah. Because they get rush on them anyway, right?
Just leave the Colossus of the Moon up. You don't have to play that Libram of Get 'em yet. You're probably going to feel pretty safe behind your 3 taunts with the Rogue having 2 cards in hand, saying it's not too likely that Rogue gets to play something. In which case, maybe you don't want Wand Maker since you likely want to kill that blatant decoy and see what it pulls for each player. You know, for yourself, it would be the red scale if you didn't pick the Wand Maker. Unless, of course, you're playing the Wand Maker.
Ooh, there's a good... Throw the 6/6 into the... Yeah, I was going to say...
He just wants to get him. The 3 taunts are probably enough on their own. You can just go face at this point. I
Oh.
think with the weapon being equipped, it suggests all face. Clears up 1 minion. Hedging slightly. Hedged a lot. Sent 6 damage into the 5-1 there.
Wow.
All right. Pulls a whirl kick, which could have been disastrous for Dr. Fish if Jester had anything that were combo cards.
Yep.
Of course, he doesn't have any option to do anything about this.
Murders himself instead. So, okay. And that brings us.
Yeah, that's right. It is the best words, Saku, in all of Hearthstone.
Game 5.
5.
That was fun to do.
Hey.
We miss you, Brushy. Love you, buddy. Peace out.
Aw. And now we are heading to the matchup between Dr. Fish's Druid, Jester's Rogue, to see who will come out on top in this playoff battle.
Playoff?
Playoffs? We talking playoffs?
Playoffs?
All right. Ugly looking hand for Fish. That's a full mull. And on Jester's side, you typically like seeing the Foxies. Knowing you're up against a token board focused Druid.
Yep.
May incentivize actually keeping the Plunderer and the Shadow Step as well. So yeah, Jester just tossing 1 Foxy and keeping the rest. I like this as board control tools.
Yep. Keep on. Anytime I hear Foxy, I get Foxy Cleopatra from. What is it? Gold member, yeah. So, free plug.
Nice. Dr. Fish, double nature studies on 1. Crystal Song Portal looked very interesting there. With no minions in hand. Could just get 3 random Druid minions for some interesting value. Also takes, of course, the Lunar Eclipse, the main decked card that he already has in his deck.
All right.
Lunar, perfectly playable alongside Crystal right now. Just clear up a minion. Get 3 randoms.
And that's a good
Those
pickup
are
with speaker.
pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Wow.
Ysera. I didn't see Ysera.
Wow. He's holding a 5-mana card too, so he gets the Battle Cry off of Steel Beetle. These are incredibly good minions.
Wow.
Dr. Fish just wants to get the Steel Beetle right now, get some armor, and can give this taunt if he would like, or just go wider on the board, chooses wider.
Give me a quest.
Jester looked like he was considering some other options for just a second. Questing Adventurer, though, so good here to be able to
Shadow Step.
fully clear up the board and charge up this questing. One of the best ways that Rogue beats Druid is early questing, with Druid having no good way to deal with it.
Speaker Idra might be okay. Gidra, sorry. I said Idra.
It still doesn't clear the questing.
No.
Even with the Adorable Infestation pickup,
But you don't have
that
much
buffs
choice.
it to a 3/6. So the questing sticks around and Fish is in trouble.
Nature speaks through us.
Double tap. Yeah.
Gets to clear up a little bit. Nice pickup for Jester. I wonder if he plays the top deck 1.
Nope.
Respectfully, does not tilt his opponent further by playing a top deck Swindle. I think we have to hero power here and clear up the Gidra.
Not
with
looking like
the
he's leaning
minion
that way,
trade
though.
and the weapon trade and push 8.
Yeah.
Looks like he wants to swindle, though. Pretty optimistic. I mean, maybe you can find, Actually, I'm not sure what you would find that would enable clearing the Gidru right now. It's not necessarily that big of a threat since its spell burst has already been activated, but you know turn 5 is coming up. You know Druid runs Arbor up, and Arbor up can be problematic for you.
So,
Oh, okay. Max attack on the questing. I like this. I wasn't actually thinking about using this non-corrupted. You so frequently just see this getting corrupted when it gets played. But a solid choice from Jester. Make the questing even bigger, get more damage now, and use the minion still to take the trade without even taking face damage.
Now, how about...
Sadly for Dr. Fish, this is all but over.
pretty close. Yeah, I would say doesn't have much options except for Arbor up, and that was it. Because Glowfly would have been too slow.
Yeah, Glowfly didn't even get many minions on the board. But this is just disastrous for Dr. Fish. This game 5 could not have gone worse for him. The early questing and the coin plunderer step plunderer play just absolutely demolished his board while developing a massive threat. Now J-Bar comes down and finds a taunt, even worse for Dr. Fish here, and a rusher. So you know that 3-3 just gets full health, pushes 11, 12 with the cat. It's not like the cat trades.
Come on, cat. Trade cat. There you go.
And I don't know, we might just see a concede from Dr. Fish.
Or he tries to play Ysera and breaks the game. So
As we get those somewhat anticlimactic ending
Yeah.
game 5s where it just turns into a blowout early, but that is one of the best
Well
ways
played.
Rogue beats Druid. Yep,
Yeah.
Fish is gonna acknowledge this is game over.
ping
here.
and then throw himself at the.
Well played.
There you go.
Job done.
And
So-
that'll do it. So congratulations to Jester taking a solid game 5 victory over Dr. Fish to put always top deck lethal up early in this playoff fight, 8-3.
Very impressive showing by both players. Fish just didn't get lucky there at the very end. Now we could see if we can bring Jester in here. Where are we? Just giving Jester the good old check mark. And reach out to Jester. So we'll see if Jester's available for interview.
Talking to Jester now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I think he was just focused on the Hearthstone client, but
Yeah.
I haven't messaged him in Discord. If you can reach him in Discord, he'll
I did.
hopefully
Yeah.
join us.
Yep.
He says he's gonna get his mic set up.
All right.
So it's not over yet for Amber Flight Gaming, but they are in a bit of a hole, especially with there are two carries this season. Neji Boston and Dr. Fish were both 6-1 on the season, but
Yep.
taking early losses in this playoff match. It's down to Itachi, Dragon Rider, and CVG Haster to clutch it out. Meanwhile, ATL just off to the races in this playoff opener here. Matty Ebbs, T Stew, and Shunsui 21 realistically only needing one victory out of the three of them to clinch their berth to the next round.
Matty Ebbs is having a season with a 6-1 record right now. It's awesome. For the 2 seeds have been really stacked this season.
Absolutely.
Nuglako. I'm just looking at who's at the 2 seed right now. So we got your Mom Kid at 7-0, Nuglako at 3-4, Lotus Knight, Myanodon, Itachi, and then you got the big man Matty itself. So
yeah, Matty Ebbs sitting at 6-1, but it's a tough proposition to beat Itachi in any game. Despite his 1-6 record on the season thus far, Itachi is always a force to be reckoned with. That'll be an interesting match to keep an eye on.
Yeah. So Itachi, dude, if you get your match scheduled for Sunday, hit us up.
That's right. Matches
right.
on stream.
Just gonna see if he's a friend. So let's see, Jester. Remove. Okay, so we can add him in here. So be right 1 second. Oops. If I spell his name right, that'd be great. Cool. On his way.
All right. Nice.
Da-na-na-na. There we go.
Hey,
Hey,
welcome,
Jester.
Jester. Congratulations on the victory.
Hey, how's it doing, guys? Pretty stressful, or not stressful, but a little nervous. We
Yeah,
made it through. Made it through.
No, you did well.
Yep.
You did very well.
Yeah,
It was a
go ahead,
thriller
go
for sure. Kind of back and forth there, and went to 5 games, but Questing Adventure really carried nicely in Rogue vs Druid, as we've seen quite a few Rogue Druid matchups go.
yeah. I was thinking about the Ramp Paladin game before, and I was like, well, that's not gonna go well. So I think I have this Token Druid game. Like he's gonna play Token. I have the World Kick Rogue, so I should be fine. Didn't get Edwin that entire time, but whatever.
Who? Who was
Who
it?
needs Edwin anyway?
That's right. You get the big
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
the big three mana man, just flexing anyway.
Right, right, yeah.
I don't want to harp on anything too much, but I think you played very well throughout the series. There was one thing I wanted to ask you about,
Go ahead.
although I'm sure because you emoted the oops, you probably already
Don't
thinking
even say it.
about
Don't
it.
even say it. I already know. So the
Game
first
one,
game,
yeah.
yep. I thought for some reason I like just tunnel visioned and I thought, okay, I will solar flare my arbor up, and then I was like, oh wait, but I sort of recovered, I guess. But yeah, it was a little bit of a misplay and some misplays here and there. Game 2, I thought the Edwin was 3 mana, so I secret passage with 3 mana instead of 4. But we still recovered, still made it happen.
Holdovers from the
so.
nerfs, it happens.
Right.
But yeah, I thought just very well executed throughout. There were a few games that really showed some good understanding of the matchups, especially that Zoo Warlock versus Token Druid. You had a couple of opportunities to go face there for
Right.
some reasonable damage, and every time it was just nope. Get these minions off the board. This is how I lose. I
Right,
lose if I
yeah.
lose the board. Let me just deal with the board every time. It was really well done, and I think played a big part in your victory here.
Yeah, I mean, against Token Druid, it's you just trade the minions. If you go face, you're gonna get punished. So I think prioritizing killing those minions and thinking, well, if I leave these minions up, there's a possibility that I lose. So I might as well just trade now and then go face later. So I guess that's just my high level legend brain power. I don't know, but
I did notice you're hanging out in the top 200 legend right now.
Hey, relax.
As a 4 seed in Legacy. ATL is making some moves this season. Looking
Yeah, I mean,
good.
this is only my first like full season and then my second season in general. So
Okay.
I did start, like in the middle, and then I have to work my way up. But
Right.
when it comes to ladder, I just main Paladin. Sadly, it was banned, so I couldn't showcase. I wasn't bringing a ramp. I'm not a little, I'm not a ramp. I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, we call it flat Earth Paladin. That's what we call it. So
Yeah,
I bring Libru, but I was able.
It
to
is
bring
a paladin of many names. It did, of course,
yeah.
do its thing and got through.
Right.
We were actually wondering about your decision to clear the 2/3, the Murloc early when he's on coin, and you know that the Murloc, if it dies, will just
Right.
draw Nas. Was it ever consideration to not kill the minion,
Usually,
or
like
give
almost in
any
every
option
game,
for it to die?
in most games in ladder or whatever, I usually do keep it up just so he can't Nas on 4. But I had the secret passage in hand. I was hoping for like a big, like, I mean, you saw how much I did in that turn.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to go.
Right. Yeah, that
So
was
I was
also
like,
something we mentioned. Was you're holding secret passage, so there's a possibility you're just trying to juice up
Right.
something big and try to
Right.
get that damage in quick before the game ends.
Right, but if I didn't have Secret Passage, I would not have killed that 100%. I was just
Fair.
expecting like, you know what? I'm just gonna go real quick, prep Secret Passage, we're going, and then it didn't happen. But hey, Ramp Paladin, it's a really bad matchup, anyways, and I wasn't really expecting one out of there, but
Yeah.
I tried to cheese something out, even though Ramp Paladin does all the cheese. But
Yep.
That's right.
I mean, it had all the things. It had the
Yep.
scrapyard immediately after the tip. It had the clowns immediately after that.
Yeah,
and there was just
I'm
not
gonna
much you
review
could do.
the whole stream, obviously, but I was thinking like maybe kill the 5/5 with a death rattle that makes your minions come out of your hand for both hands. I don't know what it's called, but I was thinking like maybe I can get the clowns out and then like that would destroy his play. But I was a little scared of another Scrapyard Colossus coming out, so I was just like,
It still wouldn't have done much of anything for you because he
Right,
was
right,
holding the 2/3 Murloc and the War Leader.
right,
as
yeah.
well
So
as
it's a
the
little
top
risky.
end.
So, but yeah, that game is a little unfortunate, but it's Ramp Paladin. What can you do?
Yep. Make it not ramp. That's about it. So.
Yeah, I guess so.
But overall, really well played. Congratulations again on your victory. Is there any specific things about the games we haven't mentioned you want to talk about, or you want to give?
Overall, okay. So I kind of whenever I have my little games, I'll like go in my chat for my ATL or whatever, and then I'll say like a little summary of all my misplays or something like that. So let me go over this real quick. First game, one off lethal. That kind of stung with the going against the Demon Hunter, so that kind of stunk.
Oh yeah.
We still kept it back. Obviously, I had the big misplay. The second game, oh my goodness, World Kick. I literally had a value overload. Like I had so many cards in hand, so much to think about. It was a little bit nuts, but still kept it going. Zoo, I mean, I mean, you could look at the stats and say like, oh, no one's playing Zoo, but I don't understand why not many people are playing Warlock right now. And not to be like, oh, you guys should play and whatever, but when you look at Zoo, like it's just such a good deck. And
it's quite strong, yeah. And sometimes it does just crazy mana.
It crushes, yeah,
too.
exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, but other than that, let's see here. Obviously, I had some blinds throughout the whole game. That's like, I'm still thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have to go over this VOD review. But other than that, last game, I mean, questing broken against Druid at least. Like they can't do much over it. During some of the World Kick games, I maybe shouldn't have prioritized questing so much. I know there was one game. No, okay, last thing, because I know I'm talking a whole bunch. Sorry.
Oh, you're
okay.
good. You got the floor, bud.
There was one game where I played World Kick, and I don't remember who or which class it was against, but I think it costed me the game. Instead of to go Anixa or whatever, instead I should have Secret Passage.
Oh, okay. Against the
right.
Against the Demon Hunter, it was.
Yeah, I
you
think
had
it was
a
Demon
big
Hunter, yeah.
questing on the board, and
Right.
interestingly had 2 Anixias in hand, which
Yeah, I was thinking
was
just
amusing to me.
Right,
you
right.
just
I was
jammed one of
thinking-
them, and he had all the burst. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking just keep going big, but I'm like, he could just burst me in this one turn. So maybe going Secret Passage with the play. And I sat there and thought about it, but yeah, I really regretted not going Secret Passage into maybe like a taunt or anything like that. So other than that, that's pretty much everything.
Nice. I like it. That was very in depth. Love to hear it. I hope our audience appreciates that as well, because that was a really nice rundown of some of the thought processes too.
Right, and it's kind of like a unique view of making your own notes while you're playing playing the game is actually a different thing.
Right,
I haven't heard many players do during a match. That's pretty cool.
And then last thing, Dr. Fish, you played great, awesome player, by the way, awesome person in the community. So shouts out to him because he did awesome as well.
He's terrible.
Absolutely.
All right, well,
I'm just joking.
You, for joining us on stream too. We always love to have people show up on stream, and I think this was your introduction to playing on a THL stream. So,
yes, sir.
Best of luck to you and your team going forward. That does
Thank
put
you.
up 8-3 for ATL in the playoff week so far. So
Yeah,
realistically,
yeah.
just one more win, and you guys are pretty much on to the next round.
Actually, there's a new update there. Blue Spartan just said in chat right now that
Oh, really?
T Stu, aka T Clutch, had won his match versus Dragon Rider, so it pretty much locked up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think
locked
that
up
does
that,
probably lock it in.
12-4 right now is the thing. So congrats.
12-4. Yeah, even if it's 2 sweeps,
Yep.
ATL would win on tiebreakers. So,
Yep.
hey, there's some good news for you too, Jester. Congrats on moving on to the next round.
Thank you. And then one last shout out
Sure.
to Blue Spartan. Honestly, ATL has been amazing. I kind of don't like saying this, but honestly, one of the best teams that I've been on so far. The organization and way they just get all the information out to you has been amazing. So thank you, Blue Spartan, for that. And Alien Santa, the staff, whatever, and everyone on team. So thank you, everyone, for that. Thank you, guys, casters, everyone, just the audience, everything. So
Good, man.
Awesome. We appreciate you. Well,
Yeah, no problem.
congrats again, and hope you have a great rest of your night.
All right, you too.
Take
Bye.
care, buddy. Wow. It's always good to get new players on stream. I know nerves are quite the thing with some of the newcomers, not knowing what to expect and how we run the THL casting and streams themselves. But it's good to see Jester pop on and enjoy himself. So want to encourage.
Hey, what more could you ask for?
Exactly.
In a Thursday throwdown, we've been lucky lately because we've been seeing a lot of game 5s.
Yep.
And you love to see it here in the casting booth. So we're excited to bring you more matches in the future. That's all we got for you for tonight.
Correct.
Legacy playoffs and other things going on
Got a
kind of
problem.
amps up the pressure cooker a bit, but we are excited to come back at you next week with another Thursday throwdown. And Saku, I know you can run us through a whole bunch more coming up on this channel in the near future.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stay tuned because it's been rough for Lotus Knight trying to recruit some matches. So we have Fridays booked up. Saturday needs some help. And Sunday definitely needs some help. So if anybody's in the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock range there for Eastern, just hit myself, Lotus, Donde for that matter. Let us know if you're interested. Love to have you on stream. All that fancy jazz. I know there's some Schoolstone stuff going on in the afternoon, but the evening matches seem to need some individuals that want to be on stream. So don't be shy.
All right,
come on out.
THL, you know who to talk to.
Come on out. So, any final words, Ron?
Just as always, thrilled to be here casting with you, buddy.
Yeah,
Glad we had an exciting match, that went the distance, and excited to see what the rest of this week and future weeks are going to bring as we march our way through playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So we're going to let everybody go. Enjoy your night out there, and keep tuning in to the THL streams. So take care, everybody.
Have a great night.
Not repaired.